Yes, and hello, I'm Dr. Leon and this is Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. In the last episode we reached Manor Parlor again and we decided to go and check on Ramon because some strange things happened to him. Now, before we start off this episode, I'd like to point out that this is going to be a kind of a slow episode. We will barely solve too many puzzles, like maybe 2 or 3 from what I can tell, and there's going to be a lot of dialogue, so yeah, I'm sorry for the slow episode. So firstly, one hint point that I forgot the last time around, and let's move on downwards to check on Ramon, and I'm going to actually get another one, which I also missed last time. It is here, but I'm not exactly sure where. There we go, it was right here. So, let's go ahead and check in on Ramon. Good day, Ramon. How are you feeling today? Fit as a fiddle now. Professor perhaps even... Oh, Professor. Oh, wow. This did not start well. Fit as a fiddle now, Professor. Perhaps even as vivacious as a violin. What does vivacious mean? The awful fatigue from last week seems to have like it never happened. As you can see, I'm bursting with energy, and my skin is soft as a baby. I feel like a teenager again. Is that so? That's good to hear. He doesn't seem to remember what happened yesterday, does he? Actually, nobody does. He has no idea what happened. So, what's our next move? We shall respect the inspector's wishes and leave the murder case alone. Look. It's as Inspector Chemley said, solving crime is the police job. Well, besides, something tells me that this case and the golden apple are more related than we suspect. That's the intuition of yours talking again, isn't it, Professor? First and foremost, we need to find a clue that will bring us closer to the golden apple. Perhaps one of Baron's genital relations or close friends can help point us to the right direction. Of course, there's also someone else. Let's see if the family butler has anything to say on the subject. Okay, so let's go ahead and find Matthew. The hunt begins. We're halfway through the game and, well, the hunt begins. Anyway, so actually we're pretty close to the end. There's like 3, yeah, maybe 3, 2 to 3 actually major events before the end, so we're not too far. Back so soon, Professor? Matthew, I was wondering if you knew anything that would point us in the direction of the golden apple. Anything you know would be great help. For example, did the Baron say anything before he passed away? I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Professor, but the Master never said anything of the sort to me. I'd very much like to help you in your search, but my duties here prevent me from leaving the grounds. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance. I beg your pardon, sir? Ingrid? It's been years since she left, but Ingrid used to work as a servant in the mansion. She was Flora's nurse, and she often helped me with my work. Matthew? Yes, madam, I'll be right there. Please excuse me, sir. The lady calls. If you're curious about Ingrid, why not pay her a visit and talk to her yourself? Let's see, at this time of the day, I'd imagine she's working around the general store. Please do me a favor and tell her that Matthew sends her his regards. Certainly, I'll be sure to pass on your message. Thank you for all your help, Matthew. Isn't Ingrid that sweet old lady we passed by before? Indeed, we also saw her in that picture of young Flora. Or baby Flora. Come on, look, let's go find the old yard. That doesn't sound too good. Oh, sorry, but this Okay. Problems with the antivirus, and I thought I had it on gaming mode, so it wouldn't be posing threats on me, but well, it's running out of time and I guess I should update it soon. Anyway, so let's move on and try to find Ingrid, which is actually rather close to us. Oh goodness me, if it isn't Mr. Layabout, was it? The name's Layton, madam. That's right, Mr. Layton. What can I do for you, sir? Earlier we were talking with the butler of Rainhall Manor, and he mentioned that you used to work there. We'd like very much to hear anything you might know about the Baron. Heavens me, you want to hear about the Baron? I'm afraid the only stories I have are from when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago. That will be ideal, madam. Would you mind telling us one? Alright, well, I suppose I could tell you about the Baron and his former wife. Well, the way Master Reinhold and his wife would carry on, they almost seemed to be like children. You'd never seen a man so in love as Master Reinhold was. When she passed away, Flora was all the Baron had to remember him by. So here's the little girl with all the love a child could want. The things he'd bring home for her, toys from all over the world and teddy bears as big as yourself. He was in high spirits in those days. He really wanted to give her 2 pounds worth of affection. So where has Flora gone? Your guess is as good as mine, sir. I have no clue what the girl wants. She left the mansion well after I stopped working for the Reinholds. Some say Lady Dahlia put Flora on the street to keep her family to herself, but that's nonsense. After all, the Baron cared about Flora so much, I can't imagine he'd allow something like that. You know, you just reminded me. The grave of Baron's late wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now. The Baron's former wife is buried in the garden? Thank you, madam. You've been extremely helpful. Look, let's get back to the manor. I have a hunch that the grave might hold the clue we've been looking for. So, let's try to find the grave at the manor. Let's ask Matthew about it. Matthew about it. Oh look, it's Matthew. Good day, sir. Were you able to track down Ingrid? Yes, we did. In fact, we were just speaking to her. I mean, none disrespect, but she said the grave of the Baron's late wife lies in these grounds. Do you have any knowledge on this? Lady Vara's grave? I was just about to visit myself. Would you mind if we came along to take a look? Not in the slightest. Right this way. Here's the entrance. Please watch your step on the way in. Oh, that's a small little sanctuary. It looks rather nice. Well, why would it be creepy? Anyway, here sleeps Violet, my one true love. The statue looks so much like Lady Dahlia. It's hard to believe it's someone else. Back when Flora was just a tiny little thing, Lady Violet used to take her to the park in town. Some of the flowers in the garden grew on from the ones Flora planted here for her mother. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Baron's journal. It should be still in the desk in Amanda's room. It's possible that it might contain some information that could aid your search for the golden apple. My thanks, Matthew. I'll be sure to give it a once-over later. Now then, Luke, we'd best get back to the Rainbow Manor. Now that would be a nice clue. Let's go ahead and search for the journal. I really feel... There's the loading screen between the manor and the... what do you call it? the foyer. Seems a little long for you. Anyway. This must be the journal Matthew spoke of. I have to admit, he seems to know where everything in the manor is. Well, he's supposed to be the butler. There's something about reading someone else's journal that just doesn't seem proper to me. However, the investigation must continue, so... well... The craftsmanship of this... well... what do you suppose it refers to? Change his memory? I'm not sure what the Baron means, but this is clearly a vital piece of information here. He must have been terribly ill. Baron Reichel's old friend. We must seek out this person, look. But, Professor, how can we possibly find the person with nothing but this journal to go on? Haha, it's like I always say, look. And a good investigation starts on the street. That's actually the first time you said anything of the sort. We'll just have to ask everyone in town about the matter. Thankfully it's a small town. I mean, of course, you're absolutely right, Professor. Let's get to it. Poor look. Let's start out by asking Ingrid a few questions. She seems to know a great deal about Baron Reinhold. Well, why don't we ask Matthew? He probably knows quite a lot about him too. So, these people are just standing here for some reason. So, Ingrid is right here, so that's convenient for us. And let's go ahead and talk here. Oh, look who it is! Professor Ludwig, was it? The name is Layton, madam. Oh, that's right, Professor Layton. All that talking about the mansion, and we did last time, well... all that talking about the mansion we did last time got me reminiscing. Anyway, so I decided to stop by for a visit. But enough about me. By the look on your face, it seems like you have something to ask me. As a matter of fact, I do. Do you happen to know who Baron Reinholds considered his close friend? His friends, you say? Well, he isn't exactly what you call the social butterfly. Sorry, that's really all I know of his friends. Oh, wait a moment. I do believe that the show was upon pay a visit on that mansion a few times. Professor, could she be referring to the Maltwee man? Oh yes, the gentleman with the fancy little mustache. We should ask him, if he knows anything. I would wonder he's still hiding about the fork in the road just beyond the clock tower. That's a very strange deduction, but anyway. So, let's move on ahead and let's pay a visit to Rodney before we actually reach that place. So, hit the blue door, there's one Lincoln here on this desk, and go ahead and talk to Rodney here. Oh my, it looks like someone has been writing nonsense on the blackboard again. It turns out though that under right conditions, these strange equations are actually correct. 8 minus 6 equals 2. Well, obviously. 8 plus 6 equals 2? No, that's nonsense. Okay, so under certain conditions, these equations are actually correct? Well, what about hours? So, 8 o'clock minus 6 o'clock is, well, 2 o'clock. Now, 8 o'clock plus 4, that's 12, and there's 2 remaining and 6, so 2 o'clock. So, if we said like 7 plus 6, well, that's obviously 1. Let's go ahead and submit this, which is also the right answer.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
Thank you, that will be nice. Yeah, whatever. So, let's move on ahead and go out. And let's move inside this tower. There should be a hint coin here in the most. Thank you, Metax. No. Oh, here we go. It was approximately here, but Luke just keeps talking about things. So let's go ahead and touch the cat. That cat and mouse seems to get along pretty well, don't they? They do? I guess the cat was tormenting the poor mouse. That's actually true. Okay, have you heard of this one before? Oh, that's actually one of the rare occasions that Luke actually has something to say. What's C? Well, E equals MC squared, so... Well, I guess that's not the answer here. So, A equals 2, C equals 3, B equals 3, and D equals 4. Well, can I draw? Yeah, I can. So, A, well, it neighbors 2 areas. C neighbors 1, 2, 3. This actually doesn't count because, well, this doesn't count either. This neighbors 1, 2, 3, and this neighbors 1, 2, 3, 4. So E neighbors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually, let's clear this. Some people would actually think that A equals 2 because, well, it has 2 sides, C because it has 3 sides. So it's okay if you make that mistake, but it's really a trap. So go ahead and put, wait, what was the answer? 5. Yeah, I believe it was 5.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
Okay, no, not really. So, before we end off this episode, let's go ahead and talk to Lucy here. She has a rather peculiar puzzle, this lady. Oh, I should not be moving my poor microphone. Anyway. Birthday year. 6 out of 6. Wow, that's actually a pretty heavy one. And when asked about her birthday, a young woman gives the following information. The day after tomorrow, I turned 22, but I was still 19 on New Year's Day last year. When is her birthday? So, she's now 21. Last year, she was 19 on New Year's Day. And she's going to be 22 tomorrow. Now, this is going to be a strange one and it takes a little bit of thinking. So, actually, I believe there's a small mistake here, but it's okay. So, last year on New Year's Eve, she was 19. And during that whole time, she became 20 and she's not 21, and today she's going to be 22. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be there's a small mistake here. The answer is month 1st and the day is the 2nd. So 2nd day of January.
Luke,
It's her
here's my
birthday,
answer.
but I don't exactly remember the
Every
logic behind
puzzle
it.
has an answer.
I'm pretty sure it should be 20. 2 days from now is 120. Tomorrow is 11. Oh, and the date is. And the date of this whole thing is 31st of December. Yep, I get it now. Well, doesn't matter. So she's been talking about different things, and let's go ahead and talk to her once more and get an extra puzzle, which is also a very peculiar one. So okay. The chocolate code. On Valentine's Day, your gadget-loving, technophile girlfriend gave you the most unusual slab of chocolate. While the jumble of letters looks like nonsense, if you manage to decode the letters written on the chocolate, a message from your sweetheart will appear. What is it trying to tell you? So, now, this is actually a very preposterous puzzle, mostly because it suggests that I have a girlfriend. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. So this very strange one seems like an solve when you hold your DS, but when you actually have a keyboard in front of you, well, that makes a little bit more sense. So let's start off by G. So G, the buttons neighboring it is T, F, V, B, and H. Well, the one that's right above it is T, so let's put a T here. E doesn't have anything. C, left of C is X, so let's put an X here. And Y, left of right is T, so text. N, right of N is M. And W, right of W is an E, so text me. It would make more sense if you said like something like love you or something. But I guess she's strange, I guess. She went through the whole thing to make some strange circles and force us to do a puzzle, so yeah, let's give her that.
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
So, that's actually it for this episode. In the next episode, we are actually going to... okay, sure, whatever. We should actually find and meet Zabone. So, see you guys next time.